What up, YouTube family? It's your boy Savage Writer, and I'm back, y'all, with another video as always. I'm giving y'all peace and I'm giving y'all gifts. I hope y'all doing well out there. Y'all staying strong, y'all staying positive, and y'all staying uplifted. All praise and glory goes to the Most High. You know the vibe. So today's topic is a very special one. This actually came as a request from one of my subscribers on my last comment that I did on my last video. Isaiah 63:16 requested that I talk about this, so here you go. And before I get into that, however, I want to clear some things up. I know before, I came out with a video and I said some stuff about this brother right here, and I do apologize. I was wrong. I kind of felt like, when he made that comment on my video that I did like months back about when you go through a lot of emotional pain, it could be hard for you to accept blessings. And I kind of felt like what he said at that time, it was in poor taste. And, I could have communicated that differently. And, to that brother, I do apologize if you ever felt offended, by what I said in that video. Sincerely, I do apologize. I was wrong. But again, you know what I'm saying? Next time, please have more taste. Have more respect when I talk about sensitive subjects like that. Don't go quoting Bible scriptures and asking me about raping and pillaging when it's clear that I'm going through a rough time in my life and, I need an outlet to talk about that. There's times where we could talk about certain stuff and there's times where we can't. But now, since you did ask politely, I'm going to give you that request. I'm going to grant it to you. So, plans for the apocalypse. How can you prepare? What can you do? Well, there are many things you can do. Because you see, I hope y'all know, it's a dark winter, man. Y'all see that? Everybody all of a sudden, they catching this bug that's in the air. You know what I really want to say. Y'all know what I mean. But because of algorithms, and they already holding back my numbers and taking some of my subscribers. Whether some people unsubscribing or, sometimes YouTube does, screw with your numbers. But again, I told y'all, I don't get paid off this, man. I don't get a dime to do this. I do this from the bottom of my heart because I know there's somebody out there that relates to my message and that feels what I say. I could give a damn about the money because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you when you leave this earth. Though I want to make money off what I do, and I'm setting up certain avenues and I'm putting certain things in place to manifest that, that's not the end all, the be all. I still want to inspire and enlighten people and get some knowledge to the best of my ability. And I don't know everything that there is to know. None of us do. I don't give a damn how many degrees you get, how many books you read, whatever. No one has all of the answers, and no one ever will. And if they tell you that they do, they're fucking lying. So, alright, let's get into this video. Planning for the apocalypse. What should you do? Whether that's a pandemic, a natural disaster, a cyber attack. Hey, I'm going to tell you a couple tips of what you could do and why. Number one, this is the most important thing. You want to keep your emotions under control in a crisis situation. And look, I understand that can be hard when there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of death, a lot of desperation. You may lose your home, you may lose your job, you may lose your stability. I understand. I've been there. I've done that. That comes with a lot of pain and a lot of pressure. But however, it's okay for you to feel. But do not allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. You still want to think rationally, even if you feel like you're not personally in your right state of mind. In an apocalyptic situation, you want to stay level-headed. You want to keep your emotions in check. Because if you do not, then you're going to wind up making a rash decision, which could potentially put your life at risk or someone else's. Like when the pandemic first hit, right? You seen all these motherfuckers running in the stores just taking shit. Just taking shit. No plan. No kind of affirmative action. You just run up in the store just grabbing a bunch of shit and you don't know why you need it. Which leads me to my second thing. You want to plan accordingly. Know what it is that you need for the situation. For example, if you know there's a natural disaster like a snowstorm or a tornado or a hurricane, one, the power is going to go out. Two, it's going to be hard to traverse. And three, you know what I'm saying, you have to make sure wherever you are is a safe and secure place. You don't want to be outside when there's a fucking tornado or there's a damn hurricane or a snowstorm. Even if you feel like you don't have anywhere to go. You know, you may be homeless. I don't know who I'm talking to with that message. But if you are homeless, if you don't have anywhere to go, please. There are plenty of shelters. There are plenty of, places you can go to find like some resources. You just have to go out there and look. Now, again, I don't know where you live. I don't know your situation. Everybody is going to be different. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're not at home and all of a sudden disaster strikes, you want to plan accordingly. You understand? Or if this is preferably for people that are at home when this is happening, right? If you know there's going to be a power outage, make sure you have alternative forms of lighting. Better yet, let me rephrase that. Make sure you have alternative forms. My bad. Make sure you have an alternative to electricity. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Make sure you have an alternative to electricity. If you know the power going to be out, you want to have candles, right? You want to have a backup generator. Or even if you don't have that, at least have like a lighter or something that you could be able to create some kind of light. Even if you got like a lamp, or oil lamp or something, or lanterns, whatever. You get creative with it. Now I understand not everybody can afford generators or solar power. I get it. Trust me, I know. I know times is rough out here. I get it, but at least have candles or some kind of an alternative if the power goes out. Number two, as far as that's concerned, right? If the power go out, depending on where you live, what type of house you in, you might not be able to cook. So, if you have an electric stove, even if you have a gas stove, because they could shut the gas off too. You want to make sure you have backup propane tanks if you can't afford that. Or better yet, get sterno cans. And get a sterno stove. I know personally I do have a sterno stove. It's like a foldable stove that you can pull out and you put the pot underneath with the sterno can. If you can't afford a generator or a propane, get that. A sterno stove, you could get that out of a dollar store or order it off Amazon or any other online marketplace for a good price. It's inexpensive. And get you about, I say, at least 10 to more than 10, I want to say. I don't have an exact quantifiable number, but you want to make sure if you can't use gas or electric to cook, get a sterno stove, man. If you don't have propane or nothing like that, get a sterno. Or if you can't get that, let's say you trapped somewhere and you have no access to your equipment, which is what I'm about to get into, right? You're going to be in complete survival mode. You have to learn how to start a fire. Make sure you go somewhere where it's temperate, get some wood, find a way, get a fire starter, even if you got to take 2 logs and rub them together. Try that. Do what you got to do to start a fire. Now, my next thing, right? Make sure you have enough food. Like non-perishable goods. Canned foods. Such as, beans. What else? They have canned meats. They have canned fruits. They have canned vegetables. Shit like that. A lot of stuff, man, is out there. Because when you're in a crisis situation, especially, let's say, right, something like a pandemic, everything's shut down, or better yet, a natural disaster, supermarkets are destroyed, trucks ain't coming in to deliver food. You want to do that now. You want to plan ahead now. Make sure you get cans. Get a lot of fucking cans. You understand? Get any kind of canned food you can find. I don't care what it is. Make sure you have enough. But then again, what really is enough, to be honest, if you want a crisis situation? Because eventually all your supplies are going to run out. But at least you want to prepare beforehand as far as this is concerned. Food is the most important thing. Also, water, too, right? And if you don't have any cans, you can get rice, oatmeal, what else? Spaghetti, noodles, etc. Stuff that is non-perishable, that cannot expire. Like rice, again, rice and shit like that. You want to make sure you have that in your closet. And if you don't have that at all, if you are in complete survival mode, you're going to have to know how to hunt. You got to know how to fish. Shit like that, man. Now, what else was I finna say? Oh, yeah, water. Because 3 days without water, you die. Make sure you got water. Bottled water. You understand? Because in a crisis situation, right, they're going to shut off the water too. You want to make sure you got jugs of water. And if you don't, if you're in complete survival mode, at least buy a water filter or something like that. But then again, what if you don't have that either? Hey, well, you just have to take your chances. And drink out of the stream, hoping you don't get sick. Hey, but preferably, you want to buy a filter. Something to filter your water. So say if like you got a bug out or something, you take that, you put the water into the filter and you filter that water out and you're able to drink it. Make sure you get a good filter. Get one for a good price. I ain't saying you gotta ball out, but you don't want nothing that's too cheap. You understand? You want a high quality product that filter all that omega and shit like that out. You understand? Next, keep your immune system strong, especially with these, you know what's going around, right? I don't got to explain that. You want to keep your immune system strong. So, right, I have some stuff here. You want to take some of this. This is important. This is vitamin C. This helps your immune system. This is like one of the most important vitamins you could ever take. It's also in foods like oranges, what else, etc. I can't give you a complete list right now, but this, you want this. I know I have something here called plant calcium. This is organic plant calcium. It has D3, vitamin D3, K2, not the drug, not that synthetic weed shit. Vitamin K2 it is. And MK7, which is magnesium. This is organic, vitamins. This is good for like your immune system and stuff. You want to take that. Also, if you into fish oil, which is omega-3, I know this right here personally, this is infused with vitamin D3, which is good. I haven't been taking fish oil in like a few months, but if this is a good option. This helps, with your heart, your immune, and your bone health too. So, what else do I have here? Vitamin E. That's also important. That also helps with the immune system. What else? Tumeric. Tumeric is good too. Tumeric also, helps to heal wounds and it cleanses the system. So you want to have that too. What else? Garlic. Garlic helps. This is odorless. This is good for your heart. Garlic is actually good for you. You eat raw garlic, it helps your heart. You know what I mean? It helps your heart out. What else I have here? B12. This is good for energy, metabolism, also your immune. I got calcium, magnesium, and zinc. You know what I'm saying? But you could just buy one by itself. You don't have to have all of this at once. But, depending on the brand or where you get it from, it may come as all three. So this also helps with bone, muscle, and immune system health too. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff here, man. I told y'all, I was coming back with this fire. I was coming back with this heat. You know what I mean? This video is very important. Well, I got melatonin. If you having insomnia and take about 3 or 4 of these, because sometimes one doesn't always do the trick. You want to take 3 or 4. It'll knock you clean out. And what else do I dropped one. Potassium is good too for your immune system. It supports muscle and nerve health. I have a lot of stuff here, man. It's a lot. I gotta restock on some stuff. I had vitamin D. I got D3 by itself. That also helps with immune system health. I think I had D, like regular vitamin D, but I ran out. I gotta restock. But yeah, all of that stuff I just showed you, you want to take that. You know what I mean? You want to get that as soon as possible. Especially with this plague that's going around, you want to keep your immune system as healthy as possible. And also your body. Exercise too. Running, weightlifting. I ain't been to the gym in a while personally. I'm going to get back into it. But you want to be in good physical condition. Especially in a crisis situation where if you got to get up and you got to run and go somewhere. You want to definitely be in your peak physical condition. And it starts with taking these. You know what I mean? And that's what these doctors and these scientists ain't gonna tell you. They tell you get some shot, take some pill. That's not the end all, the be all. And it also healthy dieting, like your fruits, your vegetables, or if you do eat meat, you want to keep it at a minimum, or eat pure meat. I'm not talking about that McDonald's shit. I'm talking about real beef from an actual cow. Or chicken, or lamb. Honestly, lamb is good too. Because lamb is more lean. You know what I'm saying? It's more kosher. You understand? It's more clean. So, if you eat that. What else? It's a lot of stuff you could do to prepare for the apocalypse. Surround yourself with people, right, that are like-minded. Surround yourself with people like that are scientists or know something about science. Surround yourself with veterans, especially veterans. I'm about to get into that in a second. Surround yourself with people that have experience saving lives and being out in the woods and living in the wilderness, because that's going to be very important. You surround yourself with the right people and you get into a situation like that, and if you can assess these people, because who knows if there's a crisis situation where you'll be able to use technology or not. But if there are friends you have that are far away, try to link with them, man. Make sure y'all got a plan. If some shit happen, y'all could go link somewhere, if possible. And y'all get together and y'all bug out. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Y'all pool y'all resources together. And back to the food thing. Also, you want to grow your own food. You want to have seeds. That's also important. Say if you gotta go to another location somewhere and you ain't got no food, buy some seeds. You could go to a Whole Foods or any type of supermarket. Hell, go online. You can order plenty of seeds. I got a lot of seeds in my seed bank. Maybe some other time I'll do a video showing y'all like the seeds I've collected. I got corn. I got spinach. I got all kinds of seeds for all kinds of stuff. Now back to what I wanted to say about the veterans, right? Make sure you know somebody that has some kind of combat experience or experience with weapons. Because in a crisis situation, motherfuckers are going to go rogue. And you want to be ready. You want to be on your shit. Make sure you have some kind of weapon to protect yourself. I get it, with legal provisions and stuff, getting a gun permit is very hard. But I encourage you, if you can, to carry a licensed firearm. And if you can't, hey, do what you got to do and get one off the street. Now, I'm not condoning that. Again, I'm not condoning gun violence, YouTube. But in a situation where you have to defend yourself and your family, make sure you have something. Even if it ain't a gun. Like a bat or mace. Hell, get mace. Mace will do the trick. You understand? Get tasing. No, taser, not a tasing. A taser. Get that too. It's plenty of self-defense objects. Also take self-defense classes. Watch videos, Go to a karate class or something. Now, I ain't saying you got to be Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, but know something so you could be able to defend yourself when you're in a crisis situation. You understand? Because it's going to get to that point. It's gonna be like the fucking Hunger Games. Everybody in it for themselves. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to defend yourself at all costs, even if it means you have to take somebody else's life so you could keep yours. You understand? Make sure you have your sword ready. Understand that. Have your sword ready. Even if you ain't a fighter, you better become one, man. What else can you do to prepare for the apocalypse? Get right with the Most High. Pray. Do what you gotta do. Fast. Do good deeds. You understand? Repent. Own up to your mistakes. Be honest with yourself. Work from the heart and not from your own selfish desires. You understand? Open up the door to have more love and light in your life, because you never know who holds the key to the door that you want to enter, especially in a situation where there's no power, there's no food, none of that. And a random stranger just comes and blesses you because you right with God. Most High, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, man. It's all the same thing. We ain't going to argue about religion. Because bottom line is, all of those religions, they deviate from spirituality anyway. They take all of that, those principles, and they just, mess it up into whatever they feel is true to them. And that's okay. That's fine. Make sure you right with whatever creator or deity you believe in. Because you never know. An angel could come in at any time and help save your ass. Now, what else you want to do in a crisis situation? If you have to leave home, leave home. If you have to. That's typically a last resort. If you know wherever you at is unsafe, if you can, get out. Get to some higher ground. Go retreat somewhere where there are no people and there's no calamity or anything like that. Preferably, you want to go to the woods or mountains, anything like that, anywhere in nature where man is not present. But keep in mind, you have to worry about other species there too, because they're not going to be so kind with a human just randomly coming into their environment. Especially if you're dealing with wild animals, they're not going to be so open and inviting. So you want to keep that in mind. But what else you could do to prepare? I'm trying to think. It's a lot of stuff, man. But most importantly, I'm going to sum it up in a nutshell. You want to stay healthy. Spiritually, mentally, and physically, and emotionally. You want to have supplies. You want to have your canned goods. You want to have, your sterno, your propane, whatever you use. Because when the power go out, what you're going to do? Oh, yeah, one more fucking thing I forgot. Get your money out the bank while you can. Now, I'm not telling you take all your money out the bank. No. But every check you get, if you can, take like $100, $200 and start you a personal stash, right? Because I had this happen to me like 2 weeks ago, right? One of the banks that I use, they use Amazon Web Services. As you know, that's very horrible. They always prone to outages. They use Amazon Web Service to power their platform, and I think when they was doing routine maintenance, they had an outage for over an hour. Luckily, I was able to, I had some money on me. But there were people, I went on Twitter, I looked it up, a lot of people couldn't even get gas to put in their car or nothing, because they couldn't access any of their accounts. You want to make sure you get your money out of these banks. Because when the grid get cut off or anything of that sort, you ain't going to be able to go to no ATM. You ain't going to be able to call no bank. They ain't going to be able to get your money for you. Because everything is digital now, right? How you going to be able to get your money and the damn internet don't work? You want to start you a personal stash. Get you like a safe or a sock or something the old-fashioned way. You know how, like, when you was a kid, you used to get allowance money and used to stash it underneath the mattress? Yeah, go back to the basics, bro. Every check, take out a small amount of money. I ain't telling you do all your whole check, like 100 if you can, or if you can't do 100, do 50. Take that out, put that in a personal stash. Have your own personal bank. Because in a situation where there's no stores, no internet, you can't get your money. You can't use no ATM. You can't go to no bank. Cash is king. It still is. And in a crisis situation, it's important you have that. Because you'll be able to get certain goods and certain items if you have some kind of tender. You understand? So I figure I get that out the way. Now, those are all the steps that I have. But in a nutshell, I'm going to recap. Stay healthy. Have enough goods. Make sure you have your emotions under control. Get with the right people. Prepare accordingly. And yeah, man, make sure you right with God. Because we in them times, man. And again, shout out to Isaiah 63:16 for requesting this video. I hope this helps. You understand? And if you need me to do a part 2 or elaborate more on what I said, or if there's something you didn't understand, I could redo the video or do a part 2 if you need me to. I'll go more in depth. But at the basic level, that should be enough. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this message. I hope y'all got edification, man. Y'all stay up, bro, because it's getting crazy out here in the battlefield. And I really hope what I just did helped somebody. So, man, I just got off work. I'm tired. I'm going to eat, smoke me a L, and, take a nap. And then, get back to business, baby. Savage right out. Peace.